Hey guys, so hopefully if you're watching this, you have finished your reading assignment. It was only 10 pages today, and you have done your grammar for the day, and you've also done your reading tracker, and you've done your signposts. I found a little bit more in today's reading than I found in the previous reading, so hopefully you did too. So today's writing assignment is writing assignment 2. The first writing assignment, if you remember right, we went over what a narrative is. Then you had a little quiz on what a narrative is, a personal narrative. And then I also had you do 4 different brainstorms. A lot of you got those done, and I have put those in the computer and graded those. You will need those to do today's writing assignment. And this is the way all of the... Okay, sorry. A teacher walked in, and now I can't get my placement right in the screen. Yeah, a teacher walked in. I got interrupted. So a lot of you turned in these brainstorms, but a lot of you didn't. And this is the way when we do, when we write an essay, especially when we are writing an essay together as a class, if you don't do the previous assignment, then when we go to do another assignment, then you're already behind, okay? So I really need you to try and stay caught up with our writing assignments so that you can be doing the writing in real time with the instruction. Now, I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and I will have new instruction planned for Tuesday, but I also will be a little bit flexible so that, because I haven't been here for 2 days, I'll try to be a little bit flexible so that those of you that, sorry, I have a cold and I feel like my nose is running everywhere, and then it like makes my nose ring come out, and I'm a mess, guys. Absolute mess. So on Tuesday, I'm going to be flexible. That was my point, okay? I will have new instruction planned if everyone's ready to move on. And I will be a little bit flexible. That doesn't mean that new test grade, if I can stay on task and do my assigned work when there's a substitute, doesn't stand, okay? Canvas makes it really easy, and these videos make it really easy for me to tell you what I need you to do, and I feel like I've spelled it out really perfectly, especially on Canvas. It just shows you, here's the date, you're gonna go from this item to this item to this item, okay? Especially with these videos. You just watch the videos and it's like I'm right here in the room. I've also let you know that all you have to do is email me. I had a student email me on Tuesday. They were confused. They emailed me. I got back to them. It took me a little longer than I had liked. It was 20 minutes. Normally I'd like to get back within 5 or 10, but I clarified. It was a question that could be answered on Canvas, but it was fine. I clarified, and hopefully they were able to still do the assignment, okay? So I guess my questions to what I would be challenging you is just stay on task. You might have noticed that this quarter I am keeping track of your assignments a little bit more. And that is because you know me, I know you know your classmates a lot better, or you should. If you don't, it's only your fault. And you know the grading system a lot better. You know how rigorous the material is, and how, for some of you, how rigorous it's not. You also know that how high or in some cases, maybe for some of you, how low my expectations are. And so we are familiar with all of those things. And so now we're kicking it up a notch, okay? Part of my job is to get you ready for 11th grade. So we start here, and every quarter we get a little bit higher. Okay, so that's what we're doing. You will find it a little bit more challenging than quarter 1, and that's the goal, and that's the plan. Okay, so you will notice there's more on the grade book, and that is planned, and that's on purpose. Okay, so I need you to stay on task. and be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Some of you, it won't matter once we get to the assessments. You'll still be excelling and you'll still be all right, okay? But we are, getting into the book. We're doing some analysis, and it's going to be really, really important for you to keep up with us, and same with the writing, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to teach you about how to do this assignment, which is lesson 2, determining what you want to reveal about yourself. Okay, so it's writing a personal narrative, lesson 2. Personal narratives always reveal something about the person writing them. And we have a little bit of writing here from Langston Hughes. Our mentor text for this writing is his piece titled Salvation. And I have a little snippet of it here. I'm going to read it to you. Now, it was really getting late. I began to be ashamed of myself, holding everything up so long. I began to wonder what God thought about Wesley, who certainly hadn't seen Jesus either, but who was now sitting proudly on the platform, swinging his knickerbockered legs and grinning down at me, surrounded by deacons and old women on their knees praying. God had not struck Wesley dead for taking his name in vain or for lying in the temple. So I decided that maybe to save further trouble, I'd better lie too and say that Jesus had come and get up and be saved. So I got up. He's brutally honest in this section about his own thoughts and the frustration he feels in this situation. Most narratives are written in the first person, which means it's the person telling the story who experienced the story. Readers expect people to use that form of storytelling to get the reader to feel, so that they could feel something, right? That's why we read narratives. We want to feel something. We want to hear it from the person's mouth. Like, what were you experiencing? What was it like for you? And so this activity that you're going to do will help you narrow down your topic using this criteria of, is it revealing something about you? So the instructions are as follows. Number 1, you're going to look at your brainstorms, the 4 that you did, okay? You're going to need to come, if you turned it in, they're all graded and they're all in the computer if you turned it in earlier. If you didn't turn it in earlier, you still have it, finish it, use it for today to do your assignment, and then turn it into the basket. The basket is on my desk and it's right beside the restroom checkout, okay? Turn it in and then I'll grade it before Tuesday and get it in. In fact, anything you want to turn it in, I'll get it graded before Tuesday. So you're going to use this. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go through your brainstorms, and you are going to, it says right here, part A, make a list of 7 to 10 events that would allow you to reveal something meaningful about yourself. Okay, so that's part A. Part B is to take that list, choose 2 or more of the most interesting events on that list, and write 2 or 3 lines about what you would be likely to reveal about yourself in the story. Okay, so part B is you've taken 7 to 10, then you look at that and you list what you would be revealing about yourself. The topic that gives you the most to say about yourself is likely to be the best one for your narrative, especially if you can also remember or recreate a lot of the details relating to the story. And then part C, briefly list 3 or more details that you can remember about the topic. Okay. Then the one last question to consider, are you okay with sharing this experience with Mrs. Hutala and a few others? If the answer is yes, then this is your topic. If not, you need to go back to part A and choose a different event. Okay? Actually, it's part B that you need to choose. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like in this video. How am I in time? Okay, I have a little bit more than 5 minutes. So here's what it looks like. So here are I'm going to put this in here, Mrs. Hutala's 7 events from her brainstorms that would reveal something about her. Something meaningful, right? Meaningful. Remember I said meaningful. It just can't be like, oh, I like ice cream or whatever. Okay, it needs to be something meaningful. I'm going to bold that for you. Okay, so Mrs. Hutala's 7 events from her brainstorms that would reveal something meaningful about her. So I have the Chinese star moment, remember, with Frog Boy. I have Brian Brown and the bikes. I have the Dominican Republic and the leg injury. I have how I met my husband. I have my dad dying. I have going back to school at 36. These other things mean something. I'm going to tell you that in a minute. I had to get a bit of a head start so that I didn't run out of time on my video. These videos can only be 15 minutes. And then I have my first year of teaching. Okay, so those are my 7 that I pulled off of my brainstorms that I left at home. Okay, now, so that was part A. I made a list of 7 to 10. I only got 7. Okay, that's fine. Let's scooch this up here so it's closer. Let's bold this. Okay. Then it says, part B, choose 2 or more of the most interesting events and write 2 or 3 lines about what you would be likely to reveal. Okay, so with Brian Brown and the bikes, I said I would reveal that sometimes it's hard for me to relate to girls, right? And I would add that when I was younger, and in my teens, my best friends were always boys. I don't do girl drama. Okay, so that's what I would reveal. Okay, so there's that. Dominican Republic and my leg injury. What I would reveal is I don't always know what's best. Let me add to that. Even though I think I do. I am really stubborn. And I don't like to ask for help. I like to be the one helping and taking care of everyone else in the way I want to be. Oh, this is good. Wow, wow, you guys are getting to know all my. Yeah, I'm revealing something big here. I like to be the one helping and taking care of everyone else in the way I think they need it, which isn't always. Which doesn't always match up with what they need. Wow, that's a sad realization for a mother or an adult person who helps people. Okay, so that I would reveal that. And then, oh my gosh, we're almost out of time. And then going back to school at 36 years, I learned a lot of humility. Okay. Then the third step is briefly list 3 or more details that you can remember about the topic. Well, obviously, we just uncovered a lot right here, right? So that would be my topic, right? And then I would ask one last question. Are you okay sharing this experience with a few others? Well, obviously, I just shared it with about 70 of you on camera, right in real time. So yes, that would be my topic. So I would change this to green means go.